Ladies and gentlemen, pimps and players, half-ass rappers and true rhyme sayers. This is not the Carter, but this is the Up to It podcast. I am El Capitan con Fuego Freedom Bomba, also known as CJ Farquharson, also known as the motherfucking Backpack Prophet. With me tonight, I'm just gonna put it out there. These two niggas going to hell, boy. Um,
I'm not going with nothing.
Up to It family. If y'all knew the conversation we just had before, we gonna put a clip. We gonna put a clip out. We gonna put a clip out, dog. We're gonna put a clip out about what we were just talking about earlier. And I just want to let you two, I just want to let the whole Up to It family know that these two niggas are going to hell. But
God know my heart. Yo.
Going off
Gas-
my own merit, okay?
gas-
I'm not
gas-
going with
gasoline draws, and kerosene wife beaters. To my left, the man with the plan that only few can motherfucker understand. Certified the God, the one who makes it all happen in this podcast arena. And to my right, he is the man, he is the myth, he is the legend. They say that half of Adele's album 30 was written about his ass. Hello from the motherfucking other side. There can only be one.
Man, listen.
Toe touching, dope dealing, swill slinging, beer banging motherfucker that he is. They call him John Sticky Face LeBron.
Oh, man.
This is the Up to It podcast. This is an obscene amount of moonshine that I just bought from goddamn South Carolina. Shout out to Edie Town. Today, gentlemen. Oh God, I wish they could listen to what we were just listening. I wish they could listen to the conversation we just had. You got to clip that in. But today,
they listen to the whole thing. We have got canceled immediately. Yo,
yeah.
Somebody family would have been contacting us like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Yeah,
so,
that's me. I bet you're wondering how I got here. Today, gentlemen,
that's me.
we are gonna take it easy because we are talking about things and talking about topics in time with the soundtrack of our lives. And what I mean by the soundtrack of our lives, we are going to pinpoint moments in our lives that have influenced us through the music of that time. So we taking it all the way back from the beginning to where we are now, and how that correlates to the anime we were listening to during that time. So, hey, I'm talking about from the vibes. I'm talking about from Toonami and Adult Swim days all the way to how you get your vibes on Crunchyroll or Hulu or however you get it down. Or even if you pirating this shit, because I know niggas still locked up like the feds ain't watching. So, I'm going to leave it up to my two illustrious Hellbound co-hosts to set this one off, because I already can talk about the Toonami days. I could tell you what I was listening to when I was rushing home to watch Lion-O and them boys kick ass on Thundercats at 4:00. But I'm gonna leave the floor open to my illustrious host. We're gonna start off with Certified, because Certified the first one going to hell, because he the first one who laughed at that joke.
Yo, hey, listen, yo, Jesus on my heart, yo. Hey, don't pay. Hey, if I'm not going alone.
Hey, you know what Jesus just said?
One thing.
Hey,
I'm pulling y'all down with me.
Hey, Certified, you know what Jesus just said? Don't you call my motherfucking name?
Whoa!
Oh God! Oh, I don't know. Oh, I don't know if we should tell that story, bro. Oh my God!
Hey, somebody family gonna be contacting us, yo.
Oh
like,
no, we just can't name names, dog. We just can't name names.
Yo,
but we got to tell that story, dog.
Absolutely.
Yeah, fuck it. We telling that story. We keep going. Executive decision. We're making the story. We just ain't telling no names.
So as far as me, like, I wasn't even gonna talk about anime too much, but it's a lot of songs from anime that I can timestamp to a certain situation. But like when it comes to music, it hit hard when and pause, you know what I'm saying? I ain't from New York, but it is what it is. But when certain songs come from a certain time,
Mm-hmm.
when you listening to certain music with the people that you with, and where you at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So let's take it back like to September 23rd, 2003. So that's when Big Boy Speakerbox and Andre 3000 Love Below came out.
Love Below.
So why that album plays such a big part in my life is because shout outs to my big cousin SP. Like all of us, well, me personally, I wanted to do everything that he wanted to do. And
Right.
another one of my cousins, Joe King, him too. Shout outs to Joe King. So he used to come down every break, if it's the winter break, if it's the spring, or if it's the summer break. He came down with the music. He was introducing us to music. And that album he introduced us to. So we was going into the winter break with that album. And we was with him the most of the time. And that was the album that we had on repeat during that winter break. Or let's talk about March of 2006 when the song "We Taking Over" by DJ Khaled came out, featuring Lil Wayne, T.I., Fat Joe, Akon, and Rick Ross. So 2006, that summer, a young Dwayne Wade and Shaq got our first ring.
True. Shout out MIA.
So that song was big.
To all y'all who watching the Up to a podcast that don't know, we a bunch of Dade County niggas. So shout out Dade County 305, Miami Wade County. Hey, we ain't know how to act. We ain't know how to act when that shit happened.
The city was going crazy, and the people I was hanging out with. Shout out to my another group of my cousins. I was hanging out with Lil Walter, Andre, and my cousin Teddy. And around that time, me and Walter, we graduated out of high school 2005. So around that time we had our jobs. You know, today kids call like shit that they wear, they call it a fit. We used to call it a drove. Like you had to have a drove game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I gave y'all some old school shit. You know what I'm saying? You had to have a drove game. So we used to have gold in our mouth and all that type of shit. And
fucking Arabs. Shout out to Arabs. Arabs used to go down. We used to go to baggy pants and a baggy shirt. They used to go down to your damn knees. Look like fucking Ebenezer Scrooge, nigga, if you took your pants off.
And that was around the time when we was in the strip clubs heavy.
Mm-hmm.
We was in the KOD, the Lex, the Office.
Listen, but hold on, bro. You could fast forward 4 to 5 years later. We back in the championship conversation. Braun done landed with the Heat. Fucking Drake. Hold
on. So another moment. Let's fast forward to 2015. And around 2015, the summer of 2015. Shout outs to Drake and shout outs to Meek Mill. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no smoke. I feel like he's a great artist, and whoever he's ever battled against, you know what I'm saying? He's a formidable opponent. But that summer, that's when Charged Up and Back to Back came out.
Fun fact Back to Back came out the date. Where were we? Where were we when Back to Back came out?
Where were we?
Back to Back came when Back We was in Atlanta. I
was
take
in
that back.
Atlanta.
When back to back dropped, when back to back dropped, we were on the road to Atlanta. And then Meek Mill
Yo,
dropped that crazy ass Undertaker beat. That dumbass diss with the Undertaker beat on it. Oh my
hey,
god.
hey,
Funk Flex,
hey,
Funk Flex was playing that, and you remember we was in the car and we were like, dog, it was like it was probably like 1 o'clock in the morning, and we were like, this is the wackest shit we've ever heard in our life, dog. We waited with bated breath to hear what this nigga was gonna come back and Funk Master. You know how I knew Funk Master Flex knew it wasn't gonna hit. He didn't even run it back. You know how when something hard and then start off hard and he run it back like he dropped the bombs. He was dropping the bombs in the middle of it, like trying to resuscitate that shit. That shit was not going, boy. Let me tell you, crazy.
But
Dog,
like I said, man, hey, shout out to Meek Mills, but that year was crazy for us.
Nah, that year was Drake year.
And shout out to Cash because it was me, you, and Cash and Dre Zen on that trip, yo.
Yep.
Cash, hey, wherever you at, yo, a legend.
Shout out to Cash Emil, dog.
A legend.
Pat Jam 305. We got to get him on for the next music.
Hey, Cap, remember when we was watching ESPN?
Oh,
they had freaking Tony Romo. They had the freaking Cowboys emblem. They had the Seahawks emblem behind them. And who fake? This is
ESPN.
ESPN is all about sports.
Motherfucking Drake face come across.
I'm going to post it. Believe me.
Yep.
How did he make it on the screen? That's how you knew that shit was on fire. So,
dog, insanity.
Like even with the anime, like people, a lot of people appreciate the intro song and the outro song. You know, songs I appreciate the songs that play within the episode. Like on One Piece, you know that dum 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 dum. Yep. Epic. And I feel like they did a good job of describing every moment as far as certain scores within the episodes. Like they used to have the wacky one. Yeah. That's when they was having they party, they banquet. They was getting live. You know what I'm saying? But
listen, nothing.
That's me, yo.
Nothing for me beats. If I want to talk about nostalgia, I could talk about. Listen, my first foray into anime was Palaca, Florida. I'm talking 1994, 1995, back in the days when Ronin Warriors used to come on at 5:30. Sailor Moon came on at 6 o'clock. And Dragon Ball Z came on at 6:30. And guess what? Dragon Ball Z never went past. Back in them days, Dragon Ball Z never went past a particular episode when they fought the Ginyu Force. They were fighting Raccoon and I forgot the big purple ugly fucking name, but Raccoon and what you call it?
Captain Ginyu.
No, what was the other one? Raccoon and Birder. Remember he had left Raccoon Birder, and what was the little red one name? Because remember they were fighting Raccoon, and Raccoon was
I know what you're talking about though.
Remember Raccoon? Yeah. Because Birder was the tall, like purple one. Then I forgot his name, the little
purple
red
or
one.
Blue?
Nah, he was.
It was a blue one. It was a blue one. It was a red one. It was the little short green one.
Oh, Birder was blue. I'm taking it back. Birder was blue, and then the little red one with the white hair, and then Raccoon was the human looking one. Raccoon was the human looking one, and then Goldo was the green one. Goldo was the green one.
Yeah, his name was Jace.
Jace, yeah. So remember, they used to always stop it because they showed you that Goku beat Raccoon, but that was the last episode, and they used to take that shit back again. It wasn't until Toonami came until we got more episodes of that. But listen, that first Dragon Ball Z intro, that rock intro, dragon, dragon, well, dragon. That's
Dragon,
all we knew.
Dragon Ball Z. Yeah,
Listen, and it was hard until I heard what is possibly to me one of the greatest intro songs of all time for an anime. And y'all might laugh at me, but it's old school. Shout out to Tagashi, one of the greatest mangakas of all time, because he created two of the greatest mangas of all time, which became two of the greatest animes of all time. That is Hunter x Hunter,
hmm
which he's finishing now. But before Hunter x Hunter came that motherfucking Yu Yu Hakusho. And Yu Yu Hakusho had one of the greatest intro songs of all time, Smile Bomb.
that's
You
that's old
you
school.
could you could throw that fucking Smile Bomb on right now, and a gangster on the south side of Chicago, if he hear that shit, he gonna Millie Rock. He gonna vibe to that Smile Bomb. Bum 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 bum. Dog, that shit just bombastic. Like,
He
and that's
said
what
Millie Rock.
dum 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 dum. Like, dog, that song, that song gonna touch you, dog. I remember that. I remember, like, listen, like during the summers. Shout out to Palaka. Y'all know that's where we from, and that's where we go back to. Y'all niggas done been to Blunttown. Y'all know where it is. But I remember growing up in my grandma's house on Ocean Street, and I remember like the boys had their room. All the boys in my grandma's house, we had the first room, which was right across from the kitchen. The girls had their room in the back. My uncle had his room. My grandma had her room. And the boys' room used to rock out. That's where we had the video game systems. That's where all the food went. That's where we roughhouse and all that bullshit. I remember I remember not only looking at Dragon Ball Z, we used to stay up all night. We used to stay up all night and sleep for like I don't remember being up at 8 o'clock in the morning unless I was going with my auntie. I used to, y'all know I'm real studious and shit. But how I used to get like that is that um my aunt used to like was going to school while we were younger. She was going to get her bachelor's degree at Bethune Cookman. Shout out to BCU. And she used to go study and do her homework in Daytona Beach at Bethune in the library on the weekends. Me, y'all already know me, and this been this way since I was legit. You're not leaving me anywhere when it's time to go on an adventure, bitch. You're not leaving me anywhere when it's time to go on an adventure. If the car's cranking up, I'm going. That's it. That's it. It's been that way since I was fucking a baby. So, and y'all also know that I'm a early riser. Y'all know you niggas ain't nobody when it's time to
What?
go on a mission. Y'all know Y'all know we could be out painting the town red the night before. I'm going to be up at 5:30 in the morning. Oh,
You and Sticky, the both of y'all. And that's why it's story that we've been talking about. It's prevalent. So, but that's neither here to continue, yo.
so so my aunt used to like try to sneak out the crib. My aunt used to try to sneak out the crib because she had to go do her homework and shit like that. So, but I used to wake up and throw tantrums, bro. I used to be like, man, don't fucking leave me here. And she's like, what are you gonna do? Like, I'm going to do my homework and I'm going to school. And I used to be like, I want to go to school too. Shit, what's good? Like, what's going on? I want to go. She's like, I'm going to college, nigga. I want to go to college too. Like, what's going on? So she used to have to pack me in the car. Um, she used to pack me in the car. She used to take me to the library at Bethune Cookman College, and she used to have to sit there with me, and we used to have to walk up the stairs, go to different places in the library. She used to leave me with some of the library aides, and the library aides used to make me write words and copy words out of the dictionary, or they'd be like, okay, sit right there, read this book, and tell me and then go find this word in the dictionary. Tell me what it reads. Tell me what it says, or tell me what it means. So like my love of learning came. My love of learning was sparked by my sense of adventure. That's why I always tell niggas like,
Yo, This
Go
nigga,
on, go.
this nigga was the male version of Matilda, nigga. This nigga had superpowers and everything, nigga. This nigga, they left, except they left him at a library. This nigga was in the library. He read a whole bunch of books and shit. He be using his superpowers on biatches and shit. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't finna say, but I'm gonna leave it right here. Hey, don't, hey.
Fuck you, Deacon Gooden.
Oh no.
For the First Baptist Church of the Boba Clock, start with me.
Oh no. Hey, I fuck with my shirt. I know y'all do, man. You know what I'm saying? I do like I'm about to be in the pulpit. All I need is the little thing right here on the front.
Just don't ask.
No questions.
Just get the money. Just get the money. But nah, that's how I really started. It reminds me of that. It reminds me like those old anime shows like Ronin Warriors. It just came back. I know we had talked about it earlier, Sticky. I still haven't had a chance to look at it first.
Man.
Look at the new but that used to be my show, dog. I'm big on lore in shows because I'm a history buff. So I love when a story, I love when an anime or anything has like a lot of rich history or lore behind it. That's kind of what got me into Game of Thrones. That's what got me stuck on Harry Potter. But for real, like I was always invested in that. It reminds me those old animes remind me of like the gas stoves, how my grandma used to wake up in the morning and cook us breakfast and stuff like that. Like how it used to be really quiet in the morning in the hood and stuff like that. Like when everybody used to wake up and it was only a couple of people out there like driving to work or something like that. Or when my uncle used to have his coffee made and like the smell of coffee going through the house like that. That's the type of vibe that I always think of those old school animes, dog. And then my cousin, shout out my cousin Mikey, dog. I don't even know how Mikey is. I ain't gonna age you, but shout out to my cousin because he the one who really first put us on rap music. Because he was not only was he the first one to put us on rap music, he was the first one to really put me and my older brother on martial arts kung fu movies because he was a die-hard fan of the fucking Wu-Tang Clan. And I'm talking about die hard. This nigga had start wearing the beanies and fucking growing his hair out. One of our great aunts was before she died, she was like, "Baby, cut that shit off your head." Like you don't know that. Like he was Muslim. Like he had stopped eating pork and stuff like that. You feel me? Like but then that goes to show you the effect that music has on you, dog. Like when you want to embrace different cultures and stuff like that, dog. And we used to sit up there and listen to BET and MTV. All of that used to happen in the morning. You feel me? I remember we used to wake up, we would go to sleep in the morning, wake up in the afternoon, go out and play and just vibe all night. I remember waiting with anticipation, listening to like different music videos, dog. I remember one of the first music videos, and I think this is why I love this song to this day, is My Boo by Ghost Town DJs. That's one of the first videos I ever remember seeing, dog. And it was crazy because I'm like, dog, is this what you do when you get older? Y'all remember that video? Y'all ever seen Ghost Town DJ's My Boo video? When it was just like a pool party at the mansion and shit like that, and they drove up the hill now? Boy, y'all know low-key every time we go to Atlanta, I go looking for that mansion. But no, because it's just, dog, that video was raw. Another one of the first videos I ever remember seeing was like the world premiere of Crossroads by Bone Thugs and Harmony. That shit made me terrified because it's like what you call it.
You ain't never lied. See, I was gonna get into that too. Keep going.
Dog, all of that shit. That shit reminds me. That shit reminds me of my childhood. That shit reminds me of LL Cool J, Slick Rick. One of the first videos I ever seen was what's the name of that fucking song when he say when he telling the bedtime story. Damn, what's the name of that song? Shit, I forgot. And I just heard it the other day when he say not long ago. Yeah. When he say Dave the dope fiend shooting that dope who don't know the meaning of water no soap. My favorite part of that song. What's another one? Pac. I Get Around. I remember that my brother loved Tupac. My brother loved Tupac. I was a Tupac fan, but I was a Biggie fan more than the Tupac fan. So, and I really just did that because everything my older brother, like I felt like I had to be diametrically opposed to that nigga. So like it didn't matter even if that nigga like I remember when we was young and that nigga loved turkey sandwiches, nigga. I just love ham for the love of the game. I told y'all I be doing shit for the plot, nigga. Nigga, that nigga used to get vanilla ice cream just to be different. I got chocolate ice cream done. And you know what's crazy? All these years later, you know what I realized? I fucking hate chocolate ice cream.
That's that Itachi and Sasuke type of love.
But hey, listen, like real shit, I would never tell this nigga. I would never tell this nigga that his face, but I tell it on the pod. Like when I was younger, my brother was in so many different sports and shit like that. Shout out to Cash. That nigga was a born leader. You feel me? Like he was the head. When we were in elementary school, he was the head of every sports team you could imagine. He had the sportsmanship award. Like he won every award. So to live up to my brother's shadow was like crazy when I was younger, because it was like he could do anything, and like that's like that Sasuke to Itachi comparison that I made the other day when I was like, the truth is that Sasuke wasn't the prodigy of his family. Itachi was the prodigy of his family, but Sasuke was what was left. But Sasuke made it work with what he had. And that's how I felt like my brother, from the minute he got into school, he started winning awards. Like, so when I got into school, it was like, oh, and then I remember in the beginning, like it was like, oh, he can, there's potential there, but he's not going to be as smart as his brother and stuff like that. And I used to hear that, and like, I was a sensitive child. That used to like, it used to irk my nerves. It used to hurt my feelings at first, but then I told myself, like, kind of like I had a Sasuke moment, like, nigga, nah, I'm a blaze my own trail. And I had a teacher. I know I'm getting off subject, but we getting into nostalgia. But shout out to my second grade teacher. I wonder where this lady is. Not only was this lady my second grade teacher, shout out to my little brother Chris. She was my little brother Chris's second and third grade teacher. Miss Francine Katz was the first teacher I ever had. You know how you ever had like a mentor or a teacher that like went and put a battery in your back and was like, yo, you can do this shit. That was the first teacher that ever pulled me to the side and was like, yo, like, you're smart. You're smart. You are just living in fear of how smart you are, because you're intelligent, but you're afraid to let it show, because I think you're afraid of the implications of what that means when somebody realizes that you're intelligent as you are. But never hold back how intelligent you are. Always go full force, because your intelligence comes from what you're learning and what you understand. So if you're curious, ask questions. If you need to read and you can't comprehend, ask questions. Read as much as you need to. Read as much as you want. Do as much as you want. That's why I'm always reading. That's why I have, like, y'all be asking me like, how the hell do you know this, that, or the third? It's because I'm an avid reader. I'm a voracious reader, actually, and that comes from obviously the story I told before about being curious, but that also comes from Miss Katz. Like, she told me a long time ago, like, she was an older Jewish woman, but one thing she always basically said was, don't have no mercy on these niggas. When you get the ball, and all the things I learned from that lady is, when you get the ball, like, when it's your turn, ball. And I'll never forget, because at the end of the year, especially in elementary school and stuff, you get awards and shit like that. And I never got an award before that year. And I remember walking in and telling my mama that year, I was like, this year I'm winning an award. I didn't get an award kindergarten. I didn't get an award in first grade. And I had to watch my brother, like, listen, shout out to Cash again. Y'all know my brother, but that nigga was running the gamut. He was running the gamut and everything. And it's like, it's hard being the younger brother and watching somebody else succeed, and you like, dang, why that can't be me? So I came in with a different mindset, because I was like, instead of accepting things for how they are, which is an anime staple too, because that's more like the Saitama method. Instead of accepting things as they are, I'm committed to change that shit. I have the ability to change it. And that's the crazy part about life. Life completely changes for every man and woman who decides, hey, the only person who can change this is me. Instead of being focused on the circumstances, let me focus on the fact that I could change this shit and do what I need to do for it. And that's what I did. I went in that next year and I was like, man, I'm about to win this shit. And even my mama was like, she was like, okay, Shayla, do your best. Do your best. It is what it is. Like, she might not have been expecting nothing from me, but it came from me expecting something from myself. And I remember going crazy, going ham in that class, just reading as much as I could and doing as much as I could. And it was like I had like a whole bunch of pride when Miss Katz came to me and she was like, yo, she came to me and she was like, we got awards this year. And I was like, yeah. And and even then in that mindset, I didn't even expect to get nothing. And she was like, nah, I just wanted to tell you, I just wanted to let you know this year I'm giving the award to Jorge, another dude who is like a smart dude. I wonder where he is now. I haven't seen him since like middle school, but a dude named Jorge Castillo. And then she was like, I'm giving it to Jorge and I'm giving it to you. And she was like, y'all the top 2 students in the class. Dog. And I was like, yo. And what's so crazy is I won that award and every year after that, I won an award because of what that lady did for me and how that lady spoke life to me in the 2nd grade, bro. And then what's even crazier is that when my brother had her, for both of the years that my brother had her, he won the same award. And she was like, I sat up here and gave this award to his brother X amount of years ago, and I'm giving it to him. So it's like, dog, but when I tell you it's nothing like a good mentor, a good teacher, which we spoke about before I think we should do a topic about that. I think we should do a topic on real anime mentors. I think that should be one of the topics we discuss a little on later on down the line, and how that the importance of a mentor and how we know that they're important because of how important anime mentors are. But that's one of the low-key cheat codes that anime gives you. And it's rare that nobody takes that. I don't know if anybody ever notices that to get through life, a lot of times you need a mentor. You really need somebody who's been through something. And that's why our favorite characters are so successful, because they have raw ass mentors who had raw ass mentors. You feel me? Like, the best example of that, of course, is Naruto, because Naruto had a crazy lineage of that nigga had a crazy lineage of fucking mentors. You feel me?
Naruto had 3 great mentors, and so we all know about Jiraiya, but you can say Kakashi, and you can also say
well, you got to say Kakashi. Kakashi is his Kakashi is his actual teacher, but you're gonna say Jiraiya because Jiraiya was like that. Jiraiya was like that, not just because I don't look at Kakashi as being like a father to him. I look at Kakashi being like an older brother to him, like being like an older brother to him because of the relationship that Kakashi and Minato had. Because
what was the teacher before Kakashi?
Huh?
What was the teacher before Kakashi?
Who, Ebisu? Oh no, you talking about Iruka. But what was such a blessing, and why Naruto affects us so much, is that Naruto was blessed in major ways, because Iruka couldn't get through to Naruto in the sense of being a ninja, but he got through to him with being like a father figure, older brother.
Yeah, as a father.
And he taught Naruto something, and a lot of people who should understand, he taught Naruto forgiveness, because don't forget, Iruka's parents died fighting the Kyuubi. So a lot of people, whereas they would have hatred for Naruto, Iruka understood what Naruto didn't have, because it's the same thing that Iruka had to wind up not having. So he understood what was going on. He saw himself in Naruto, where a lot of people, if they stopped and understood what the 4th really did, they would see themselves in Naruto. Kakashi, of course, because that was his mentor. That was his mentor's son. He knew how raw his mentor was, and he understood the role and the risk that his mentor took for being in the paint with him. Not only that, but Of course, Jiraiya, because Jiraiya is his godfather, but it's technically like a grandfather to him because he was a father figure to Minato. Um, and it's like the relationships keep building. And he was able, all of them were able to teach Naruto in a better way because they had learned from their mistakes and the things that they did. Even Sasuke would have learned a thing or two from Kakashi if Sasuke would have sat his ass down, because Kakashi
Yeah.
went through the same shit. Kakashi went through the same fucking shit as he went through with what you call it. That's why he said, "What do you know about everybody who losing everybody you love?" He said, "Well, too bad. Everybody I ever loved was dead. You know, everybody I loved was dead." Like, and that was the thing about Minato. Minato came from a place where he felt like he was untouchable out in the world. And guess what he died for? He died for his son. Minato couldn't be fucked with. We never heard of Minato losing a battle or anything like that. The thing that killed Minato is that Minato threw himself in the line of fire for his son.
Mhm.
The one person you'll be willing to die for 1,000 times over. And then left such an intricate legacy, knowing that the relationships that he built, knowing that the third would look out for him, even though the third was a piece of shit. Knowing that Jiraiya would come back and take care of his godson, knowing that the village, hoping that the village will look at him as a what you call it, and knowing and still even in his understanding of what happened, he still, you can see when he was resurrected, he still had his hesitations about how they would receive him. He did all of this on the hope that they were going to receive him well. But look at what Naruto did. Naruto flipped it and made people acknowledge him. And it's because he had good mentors. I ain't gonna dig into it deep right now because that's gonna take up the whole what you call it. But that is what I think. I think that's the topic that we're gonna touch on. We got to do that maybe in season 3. But back to the soundtrack of our lives, dog. That's what I'm gotta go all the way back, because I was talking about the rawest intro to. That's the Smile Bomb is one of the greatest intros of an anime ever, especially because it's the intro to one of the greatest animes ever. And it hits harder. I don't know how you niggas feel, but to me, Yu Yu Hakusho is one of the greatest animes of all time, more especially because it has 2 of the greatest arcs in anime history back to back. And that's the Dark Tournament is the greatest tournament arc of all time. I don't give a fuck what nobody tell you. I don't want to hear nothing about no Tournament of Power. I don't want to hear nothing about no tuning exams. The greatest tournament arc of all time is the Dark Tournament arc, because it was nothing but hands. Them niggas was on go from the beginning of that tournament to the end of that tournament. Them niggas was on go. The only time them niggas took a reprieve in that whole Dark Tournament was when Genkai died. And all that did was turn them niggas up. Them niggas turned into Drake Summer 16 looking for revenge. My God. Do you niggas remember how they walked out of that fucking forest? Do you remember how them niggas walked out of that fucking forest after Genkai died? That's walk the Arlong Park level of walk them down. Them boys was walking them down.
Yeah.
And that's the greatest tournament arc of all time. Hands. Even if niggas lost, niggas was jumping in on their behalf. Hands. You don't even remember some of the people they fought. And it don't even matter because it was hands-o-matic. It was literally on site that entire tournament. Them niggas fought in the ring. Them niggas fought in the ring. They fought outside the ring. They fought each other.
You young anime watchers, man, y'all gotta expand y'all palette. You know what I'm saying? JJK is good, and Demon Slayer, and My Hero Academia. But you gotta go and pull some shit out the vault. Yo,
yeah, you gotta go to the
Ronin Warriors, like all that shit was like the first.
You need to get your game up. You need to get your
Yeah,
game up
man.
and watch some Rurouni Kenshin if you really want to know about some sword play and some
Sir,
real.
sir, sir, don't sit here and start going down my bag, bro, because I still ain't get started yet. I still ain't get started yet.
The
What'd you say?
Obi-Wan game, nigga.
Don't
With
go
the
down my bag.
Obi-Wan game. Yo, listen. Yo.
You calling out
Listen.
everything else my bag right now, bro. Because I'm about to go
Nah,
down
Cause
Go
listen, my
ahead.
favorite. Because listen, my favorite. I know I'm sorry. I was running my mouth. Being nostalgic and shit like that, Sticky. But Rurouni Kenshin is actually, it's up there. It's probably
Ooh.
it's tied for number one for my greatest anime of all time. Because you niggas don't know nothing about Batosai the Manslayer, huh?
You better remade that one too.
I know. I saw that.
Yeah.
I don't like it as much though.
Listen, huh?
I don't like it as much though. I gotta
Nah.
keep watching. I don't like it as much.
Nah, because it's something about that. It's something about that original. Listen, it's a song they play in the original. Bum 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 bum. But hey, that's when that motherfucking Shishio was coming. Listen, hey, and you know what I appreciate, and that's one of the greatest arcs of all time. That Kyoto War arc is one of the greatest arcs in all of anime. Dog. I don't give a fuck how you feel about anything.
Walk them down.
No, Rurouni. His name is
Walk them
Kenshin.
the
Walk
fuck
them down.
Walk them
Himura.
down.
The fact that
Walk them
Himura.
down.
with a reverse blade sword is telling you enough right now.
Listen, the boy went to Kyoto in the carriage. Do y'all remember when he got to Kyoto and they let the boy pull up in the state funded carriage? Like, boy, they pulled that boy from Tokyo to Kyoto in a carriage. You understand me? That boy stepped out of Kyoto like he had work to do, boy. Listen, that anime spoke to me because it taught me the lesson of redemption early, and that you can be changed. That doesn't mean that your skills have to change. Kenshin was using the same moves he was lopping niggas' heads off with. He was.
He said these hands still official, bro.
Listen,
hey, yo,
listen.
What the reverse sword, yo?
He handicapped himself.
Yeah.
Whooping on
Because he knew.
on niggas, yo.
Listen, he was hitting people. He was hitting niggas with these moves so hard, dog. They was changing their life after one fight.
Yep.
This nigga hit Sanosuke with the reverse blade sword one time. You remember that Sanosuke used to call Sanosuke Zamba because he used to have that big Zamba toe. He used to have that big ass sword. That nigga hit Sanosuke once. Sanosuke went to turn to the side of good. that boy changed his life. That boy changed his life.
One hit became a member of Certified Church, right?
Listen, hallelujah.
Fuck you, nigga.
Never would have made it.
Yo, for real, yo, look at me, yo. Hey, man,
listen,
fuck them niggas. This shit hard.
Listen,
yo. What you talking about?
Listen, boy.
Hey, this nigga said, them the same shirts fucking The Rock used to wear.
That boy.
Lie, you know. Hey, he got me with that one, yo.
But the motherfucking Rock is cooking. Whoa, what you talking about?
Whoa.
Nah, listen. Now that nigga Kenshin classic walking down. And then not only that, then the nigga went through the fucking the Jupongatana. He went through all 10 blades, bruh. Oh man. Not only that, before that, he fought fucking Saito. And Saito is one of my favorite characters in all of Kenshin because Saito never changed who he was. You know, like Saito was based off of duty, and he knew he didn't like Kenshin, and he knew he didn't like him, but he respected him. And his respect is what really turned him towards liking him. But what he really was like a relic of the past. If you don't even think about the history of the Shinshin Gumi and what they stood for, of course, him going against a Manslayer was something that he like was salivating for. But for him to show that he wasn't that bad a guy but it was just he was operating under the auspices of what he believed in, and he was gonna get it however he was getting. And Saito had some raw ass fights. Y'all remember when he fought the number 3 guy. Remember he fought the number 3 guy. It was Shishio. It was Shishio. It was the little dude. It was the kid. I forgot his name, and it was the blind guy. And you remember Shishio beat the blind guy. He nailed that motherfucker to the cross with the Gatotsu. Remember, he was like, "Oh, you can't beat me." That boy nailed him to the cross with the Gatotsu, and still made it in enough time to help fight Shishio. And would have killed Shishio. He would have fucking stabbed Shishio in the head if Shishio didn't have that fucking metal plate. Listen, Aoshi Shinomori, come on now. Like Aoshi Shinomori was come on. What were they? I forgot what they was called.
Obi-Wan?
The Oniwaban gang.
Oniwaban gang.
He was the leader. He was the leader of the Tokyo branch of the Oniwaban gang. Oh, Aoshi came with the drip. Aoshi had some drip in Kenshin, dog. Aoshi had some drip. The only person who had more drip than Kenshin than Aoshi was Hiko Seijiro, who was another one of my favorite characters. There should never have been a Japanese man that swole living in that time. I don't care what you say. That boy looked like Batman. That boy looked like Batman.
And he pulled
in feudal Japan.
And he pulled up. He pulled up.
He pulled up to fight the giant.
He pulled up, yo.
He pulled up to fight the giant dude and went back and didn't even hit the giant dude. Hit the giant dude with a move and made the giant dude repent. Repent. Back to salvation in the church is certified. Good Lord.
Hey man, I'm gonna get that little black thing.
that deacon's collar, that bishop's collar. I'm sorry, Sticky. We ain't let you talk the whole thing. We ain't here cracking on in kitchen and the church is certified.
Hey man, he made everybody a believer.
With them hands, boy. Talk to us, Sticky. Where you coming from, man?
Listen, you mentioned something earlier about how music kind of affect how we lived back in the days. And mind you also talked about mentors. Mine, my brother, rest his soul, Jeff. I know how much of a menace he was.
Yeah.
Back in the 90s, bro. Hey, listen. He was the one who put me on Pac.
Right.
Right before he passed away, he put me on Pac. He used to buy me the little cassettes and all that good shit. I used to go rewind everything. People don't know about this, but he used to rewind everything and then write down the lyrics because we couldn't find them all.
What?
Yeah.
Going back to the sergeant, nigga. What?
Right?
Let's go back to the ancient text.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the ancient. Let's go back to the ancient text.
Yeah.
So
what y'all niggas know about that, yo?
So we had all that, mind you, going from Pac. You a Biggie fan. I wasn't too much of a Biggie fan at the time, but I was more of a Pac fan than anything. Wu-Tang, like you was talking about. You know what I mean? Redman and Method Man. It was all straight gangster rap because of my brother.
Yeah.
Forward, hit to the 2000s. I really started getting into anime around that time. Mind you, when I was younger, I was watching Dragon Ball, all that good shit. But then you start getting into Cowboy Bebop.
Oh, listen. I didn't even touch on Cowboy Bebop, and Cowboy Bebop is one of the greatest. That is one of the greatest standalone. We're not talking about season, just a run, like straight through. That's one of my favorite animes of all time. I'll just say that. And the music,
between Samurai Champloo and Cowboy Bebop, they had the best fucking music, yo.
Listen, there's a song, there's a jazz song in Cowboy Bebop in the 13th and 14th episode called Jupiter Jazz. That dude was playing, and it says "Bo-no-no-no, bo-no-no-no-no-no-no-no, bo-no-no-no," and he was playing it on the saxophone, dog. That episode, Jupiter Jazz episodes 1 and 2, made me want to play the saxophone. That's why I went to school in 6th grade and they asked me in band, what instrument do you want to play? I said, I want to play the saxophone. Because that was like one of the first things I wanted to play. And like I didn't have no sheet music for it. Shout out to Mr. Rose, dog, my band director at Northern Middle. He was like, if you bring me some sheet music to play, once you learn the fundamentals and you get it together, I'll teach you how to play it, or you'll know how to play it. And that I love that song, dog. If you ever have a chance, family, to listen to the Cowboy Bebop or the Samurai Champloo soundtrack, those are two of the greatest. Those are two of the greatest soundtracks in anime history. Now,
Afro Samurai too. It has some
Afro Samurai had had some raw ass beats too. Had some raw ass music. Now, I talked earlier about the rawest intro song. One of the rawest outro songs, nigga. You ever fall asleep? You ever fall asleep on a Saturday night and wake up 12:30 at night at the end of Inuyasha?
Yep.
Bars. The best. You can't get no better.
Fucking Fukai Mori by Do As Infinity. Boom, dun, 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 dun. You want to know how I knew that shit? My teacher, shout out to one of my high school mentors, not even one of my high school mentors. I shouted her out in the Voyage MIA interview. Oh, I wasn't supposed to drop that yet, but I shouted her out in my interview as my high school and like my like early life mentor, Dr. Neri Lewis. She used to put us on some, and that's a part of that's a timeline that I even talk about too. My later high school years when I really start getting into like other types of music, like because I was big on R&B and like hip hop and stuff like that, but I didn't expand my hip hop palette until I got to high school. Because down here we had our own music. We had our Miami club music and shit like that. We listened to. We had Trick Daddy. We had Take It to the House. We had
all Greasy,
all them other niggas.
Piccolo, all of them. We ain't talking
Trina.
about Dragon Ball Z Piccolo. We talking about Miami Piccolo. Look him up, yo.
You remember Rollo Boys?
Of course.
Wow.
Nigga, y'all remember picture on the t-shirt? Bump, bump, bump. No. On the edges of the dust. Got your picture. T-shirt. Listen, shout out to my brother again. Shout out to Cash again, because I got a shameless plug. I'm a plug my brother, but y'all have to go listen to. My brother has a mixtape called The Crib. His first ever solo mixtape. My brother was in a group when he first came out rapping. He was in a group called 21 GSC with two of his good friends. But when his first solo mixtape was called The Crib, and he did nothing but covers of classic Miami songs. And he did on that beat, he called it Uptown to Overtown. And I always remember, I'm getting chills thinking about that shit now, dog, because that song was so raw. I love that song before he did the cover, but that shit was raw, dog, because he killed that shit. But I remember that shit from the ashes to the dust, got your picture on the t-shirt. And he just did a whole bunch of raw ones, dog. We shot videos, dog. You can check all that shit out on YouTube. You might see me. You might see me in a cameo doing some spoken word covering from my talking about our grandma and one of the songs he did, Margaret I Tried. We have a song actually on that album, on that mixtape, as a matter of fact, called True Words. Cause we covered Miss Betty Wright, No Pain, No Gain. If y'all ever get a chance to look at that mixtape, I have no idea where. I know that I think The Crib, I think that mixtape is on YouTube. I gotta look that up. But if y'all ever want to hear me doing some spoken word, I did some spoken word on that True Words. True Words. Yeah, man, I forget that was years ago, dog. I don't know if you remember Certified, that I took all of them I took it when before IFM was IFM or IFM was Art Atlantis. I took all of them Palaka when we did the Margaret I Tried video when Charles shot it.
Yeah, man.
I remember that, dog. Ooh, what a life we've lived. Because
Yeah,
I had
man.
a show. I had a
Yeah.
show in Gainesville. Me and my girlfriend at the time went to Drake. Drake was doing the Club Paradise tour. He was doing the first leg of the Club Paradise tour. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna age myself right now, fam. He was only going to college towns. He was doing a college tour on that circuit. This was his second album, and he brought two artists with him that was relatively unknown at the time. He brought ASAP Rocky and he brought Kendrick Lamar.
Damn.
And we got to see Kendrick Lamar and ASAP Rocky and all of the ASAP crew and everybody who was signed to what you call it at that time came out and was performing with him in
When was
Gainesville,
this?
dog. This was 2012. This was the same
Damn.
year.
Sound like
Dog,
you got
listen.
Damn.
This was the same year at the end of
Damn.
this year, at the end of 2012, Drake had dropped because Drake had dropped he had dropped Take Care in 2011. He started the Club Paradise tour in the beginning of 2012. At the end of that year, Kendrick Lamar would drop fucking in the middle of that year in the summer, he dropped Swimming Pools. And at the end of that year, after he came off the tour, he dropped Swimming Pools. After he came off that tour, he dropped Swimming Pools. And after ASAP Rocky came off that trip, that tour, he dropped a song with Drake and Kendrick and 2 Chainz called Fucking Problems. And at the end of that year, Kendrick dropped Good Kid, Mad City. And nothing was the fucking same.
Masterpiece.
But like I was saying, what I will say that Miss Lewis did for me, Miss Lewis, when we used to write, because I had her for AP Literature, and she was one of the first people to expose me to Kanye West. And she used to play Kanye's first 2 albums. When I was in school, I graduated 2006. She used to play Kanye's first 2 albums, College Dropout and Late Registration. And she had me fall in love. Her playing them songs, she had me fall in love with to this day I feel is one of Kanye's most beautiful songs. Simplistic but beautiful songs. The intro to Late Registration. Heard him say with Adam Levine, that simple beat. Boom. Dum, 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 dum.
Yeah.
Dum, 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 dum. That's still one of the most beautiful songs Kanye West has ever produced. Simple. That's probably one of the most simplistic songs he's ever produced. But when I tell you, if you sit back and you listen to that song now, you'll bring tears to your eyes, dog. And even Adam Levine singing what he's singing, nothing's ever promised tomorrow today. It hurts, but it may be the only way. Oh my god! So I thank her because she exposed me more to the spoken word element. She exposed me to him on Never Let Me Down and Jay Ivy and a lot of the deaf poets and stuff like that. We used to have she used to be the person who published we used to have the writer's corner in school and stuff like that. And she used to play a lot of the anime songs that we would wind up hearing. And when we would write in her class, when we would write our essays, she would put on music. She would put on Kanye. She would put on Mos Def. She would put on Jay-Z sometimes. This was listen.
Man, shout out to
was
Miss Lewis, goddammit. God. Come on, man.
And she was listen, that's that, and like she's not that much. I ain't gonna age my dog because I ain't gonna age. I would never do that to her. She would kill me. But when I tell you she's one of the most impactful people for me as a writer, for me as a creator. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have had the courage to go and publish a book that's like, I think about that time. I think about how she used to play music for us and how she used to make us incorporate music and look and observe and shit like that. And one of the things she used to do is she used to play Kanye. She used to play Jay-Z for us too. She used to play different spoken word elements, dog. She used to play deaf poetry for us. One of my favorite deaf poets, Pat Justice. I think Pat Justice only went on the deaf poetry once. Um but he killed it. Another innocent criminal was his poem. And I remember, she just opened our minds to a whole bunch of stuff. And one of the things I remember, and even coming back to her class, I remember coming home from school and coming to see her the next year. And in 2007, no, it was 2 years later, I saw her and graduate. Was it 2 years later or was it the next year? Because 2007 is when graduation dropped, if I'm not mistaken. And I remember sitting in her class waiting for her after school just to catch up with her. And I remember that motherfucking la 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 la, wait till I get my money right. Oh, to this day. Now listen, y'all can say what y'all want about Kanye West. We ain't gonna. Y'all can say how y'all feel and go into how y'all want to about Kanye West. But let me tell you something.
Like I said in the episode we was talking about hip hop. That's one dude I would never cancel, yo.
Because his influence on our generation is undeniable.
Yeah.
Without Kanye West, there would be no, like how we say a lot of people say without Drake there would be no such and such. Without Kanye West, there would be no Drake. There would really be no J. Cole. There would really be no Kendrick Lamar. There would really be no Big Sean. There would really be no other influences like that. Every piece of some of these rappers that you listen to, a part of them is drawn from what Kanye West has done, even down to their beat selection.
So
to their beat selection, dog.
College Dropout was another one of those albums. Like, it came out in February of 2004.
4? Yeah. Was it 4 or was it 3?
2004.
Yeah, it was
2004. And so he put out his single Through the Wire, and that shit was a banger. But I didn't really get to listen to the whole album until coming into the summer. Sean was like, "Hey, you haven't been listening to that to Kanye West?" I was like, "Yeah, I heard Through the Wire, and that track is dope." He said, "Man, listen to the whole album."
Yeah.
With Kanye, he made it cool to walk around with khaki pants and polos.
Yeah.
The backpack rap. The backpack rap era. Like, listen, I think I said this before on one of the last episodes when I was talking about his impact, but one of his albums that I didn't listen to all the way through. Honestly, I didn't listen to this shit through until after, right before yeah. And listen, that first song, it drew me in like I was in a trance, dog. Say You Will.
Yeah.
Like, listen, going through what I done been through over the past couple of months, I'm afraid to listen to 808s and Heartbreaks again. But that song,
it's crazy,
man.
When that album came out, dog, me and Chris, when did it come out? Oh wait, it came out. Yeah, hell yeah, it came out in 08. When I called Apple, so you already know how that shit went down.
Yeah.
This nigga.
Listen. When that album came out, me and Chris listened to that. All we did was get drunk and listen to this album every day. Like, gold, bro.
Hey,
yeah, man.
Don't say you will.
Because the way he had his melodies, bro, it was so melodic that you just want to pick up a can and start pulling that bitch. And mind you, we was pulling in slow motion.
Listen, and you know what it was crazy about it? He encapsulated the way to feel pain. Like, I think that's what it is, dog. It's some people who can do that so much. Like, going back to I think I told this story before on the pod too. We was talking about Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe. Like just remembering that song, remembering that era, dog. Like I don't even know to describe the feeling you feel. That's the closest thing I think I feel to church or like gospel when I think about hip hop music because of just the first words. I am a sinner who's probably gonna sin again. Lord, forget. Look, we're all shaking our head the same way, dog. We're all shaking our head the same, dog. That look how we just moved when we heard the words. Things
Well,
I don't understand. No,
You know,
but
when he came out with
that's
his mixtape,
that
yeah,
same church that you talking about. That's how I felt about what Never Let You Down. Never Let You Down.
yeah,
Because it starts off with that whole choir esque type of sound. So you're like, oh, well, shoot, I'm back in church. And then you got
yeah.
home in the back at the end with his poetry. Boy, I felt like I wanted to
Jay
jump up
Ivy.
the Ghost.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, this is me right here.
Listen,
Soundtrack
that's
of
why
my
I say it's hard. It's hard with Kanye because listen, I remember, I remember, and see, my thing was I used to be so locked into my schoolwork and other things and like martial arts and stuff like that. I never used to get caught up with music. If it wasn't on the radio, I never used to get caught up on music. So of course I knew who Kanye was because they was playing, they was playing slow jams all over the radio. You
yeah.
know, that's another one that we don't give credit to. They said she
Ooh,
said she wants some Marvin Gaye, some Luther Vandross, a little Anita. I definitely set this party all right. Listen, and we
and that
even
was the time. That was the time you already knew, like everybody knew that Jamie Foxx was that dude as far as music. But that's when he really, in my opinion, that's when he really came out and set the
and then
tone.
he catapulted that into a brand new album. And
Yeah,
that unpredictable album was crazy. DJ, won't you play this girl a love song? She really needs to hear a freaking listen. That
And
boy,
that thing had you sticking out there, boy.
dog, listen. I done I done made some I done made some mistakes listening to some of them Jamie Foxx songs, boy. Now, baby, I just wanna take your freaking clothes off. Oh no, come on. Come on. That oh listen. And it's like, oh man. Fucking crazy. Fucking crazy. And like even Kanye, even like that second album, I gotta go back to College Dropout. Not College Dropout. I gotta go back to no, I
late
do gotta go back
registration.
to college. I gotta go back to before I go back to late registration, I gotta go back to College Dropout. Because another song, what I was saying was like I used to be so deep into like work doing my martial arts and studying and shit like that. I used to be aloof to like popular culture until like summer break. Summer break and spring break is when I caught up to everything that was going on, all the music that was hyping and hot and hitting and shit like that. I used to go on because I used to have BET. You know, BET used to come on in the morning after the church, get straight into music
Yeah,
videos. They don't know BET like we used to know how BET used to go on. Them niggas don't know BET, MTV, and VH1 was
yeah,
music
like
channels, nigga.
MTV early in the morning, they was going through all the popular music
Crazy,
early in the morning,
crazy.
and, and
You didn't see no fucking human. You didn't see no fucking human being
yeah,
talking to you on BET until you got to 106 and fucking Park. Oh, I take that back. Rap City. So,
Rap City was it.
nigga, I remember sitting there vibing. And I remember sitting there listening to that. Oh, when it all falls
tough,
down. That's still to this day one of the
tough,
greatest. One of the
tough.
greatest. I'm telling you all. And then he had one of the finest motherfuckers in the game, Stacey Dash, even though she's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
Stacey Dash gets out the motherfucking car. Like, I was like, what? She's so, and listen what he's talking about, dog. She's so self-conscious. She has no idea what she's doing in college.
doing in
That major
college,
that she majored in make no. And
made
dog,
no
listen,
money.
we're listening to this shit and we don't understand because we haven't gotten there yet, dog. And look at us here, almost 25 years later. It's gospel. We done been through it. That major that she majored in, they make no money,
Made
so
no money.
she'll both. Listen,
And
she can't drop out. Parents are looking at her funny. Tell
tell
me
me
that
that
ain't
it's
insecure.
insecure. The concept of school
The
seems so
school seems so
secure.
secure. Sophomore,
Yo,
3 years, ain't picked a career. She like, fuck it,
I'm
I just
like,
stay
fuck it.
down here and do here. Oh, Because that's enough money to buy her a few pairs of new Airs because her baby daddy don't really
Daddy
care.
don't really care.
She's so
So
pressure
pressure.
with the peer
Off the
pressure.
peer pressure.
Dog.
So she made the daughter Alexa.
Alexis hair so long that it looked like weave. Now she cut it all off. Now she looked
Now
like
it look
Eve
like
because she
Eve.
be dealing with some problems that you can't
If you
believe.
can't
Single
believe
black
single black
female
female is
addicted to
retail.
retailing. Well,
Come on,
dog,
man.
we done lived it. We done
Come
lived it.
on, man.
It's the
Oh,
thing. The
come
thing
on,
that
man.
dog. Listen, the
Yo,
thing. Bob Marley said one thing about music: when it hits you, you feel no motherfucking pain, boy.
we
And
had a
dog,
run.
we
We
lived
had
it.
a
We
run.
lived it. And I would argue a lot of niggas gonna argue that we saw that we have come to the witness. We have witnessed a massive decline in music, which I can agree to. But I will say, before we argue that, I want to say that we hit a precipice because we had some of the greatest fucking artists. Not only did we have the
Yeah.
artists of their day to listen to to guide us, but we had listen. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. The generation that grew up with us, the motherfuckers who were our rappers who came up in our day and were doing what we did, nigga, we had a murderer's row.
Yeah.
We had
We
a
had a run.
murderer's row. Listen, I'ma start before I even get to Drake, before I even get to the big three, before I talk about Kendrick Cole and fucking Drake, Big Sean, Wale, Kid Cudi,
Mm.
fucking I said Big Sean, fucking Nipsey
You want
Hussle,
you want to
um
put Tyler up there? Lupe
Tyler the
Fiasco?
Tyler the fucking creator. Lupe ain't even in. Lupe was before them, but fuck it, throw Lupe in there, y'all. God damn it. You already said. I already
I ain't even
said.
talked this yet.
Huh?
I ain't even touched all the Southerners yet.
Fucking
Oh
Tory
yeah.
Lanez, Big
Don't
Crit.
forget, don't forget 6.
Huh?
Don't forget 3-6 Mafia.
No, I said those are the ones before. I'm talking about a murderer's row who are our age, from our age range that we listened to from the 2010s. Now I even get into
So
because
you
when
want
you
to
talking
say
about listen,
State
because
Farm?
if you going back and we talking about 3-6, we got to talk about Outkast, we got to talk about UGK, we got to talk about motherfucking
I
Zero
mean,
out of Houston.
if you're
Yo,
gonna
Y'all
go
niggas
to
don't
that
know.
2000
Y'all
listen,
range,
niggas,
if you're gonna go
huh?
to that
listen.
2000 range, you can still
Hey,
go by Easy, 2
G-
Chains. Listen,
Jeezy,
those
Two
are
Chains.
because when
Young
Future
Dro.
came out with that, ain't no way around it.
Young
Hey,
Listen,
Dro.
hey,
Young
hey,
Drew,
it was a year.
and forgive me. You know, I
Young
spoke out of
Dro.
turn because Future should have been the first one I mentioned.
Exactly, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Future should have been the first
The
one
reason
I
why I say
mentioned.
Young Dro,
Listen,
because Young Dro don't get the
yeah,
credit that he deserves,
credit.
man.
We didn't talk about Childish Gambino. We didn't talk about Chance. We didn't
Right.
talk
Yeah.
about Chance. There was a 2-year period where you couldn't do nothing but fucking put
You hear
Chance on the
Chance
song,
everywhere.
dog.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, hey, Childish Gambino, what album that was? Yo, as far as the Avengers, that was a time stamp. Hey, shout out to Widow, because that was her
Nah,
freaking
she was in
crush.
love with Childish,
But
and at first I
but
couldn't stand Childish Gambino, but
but his music was,
he
what you were
came out
saying?
with a song called 3005,
Yeah, that was
and that made me
that
go
was a time
listen,
stamp.
and that made me go back and listen to a song called Bonfire from him, and I
Or
was like,
bad, what's it
this
called? Bad
motherfucker,
Guys.
yeah, no,
All she needed was some. All she needed was some. All
yeah,
she needed was some.
listen, he had because the internet, he put everybody on because the internet, um, oh, because the internet was so raw, he got a song with Lloyd, I don't really want to try, but I think I'd rather die in Oakland.
Mm-hmm.
In Oakland, foot on the gas. I'm just trying to pass all the red lights and the stop signs. I'm ready to go. Dog, when you talk about somebody who understood they sound sonically, and then the motherfucker comes back and drops Awaken My Love. Oh my God. And gives us one of he don't even rap on this shit. This nigga sings that fucking Redbone. Redbone is going to be, there are certain songs, right? Because motherfuckers talk about how R&B is dead, and I don't believe R&B is dead. I believe we just had a rough patch where everybody who was a rapper or who everybody who was a singer wanted to be a rapper too. And I kind of
Yeah.
hated that period. And I'm glad that niggas who can sing are getting back to actually singing their ass off. Shout out to Giveon, shout out to October London, shout out to Ari Lennox, shout out to SZA, shout out to Lizzo, even though Lizzo can't sing and rap her ass off. Shout out to Summer fucking Walker. I don't give a fuck what nobody say about Summer Walker. There are songs I could give y'all that are going to be definitive of the 2010s and 2020s. Summer Walker's Session 32 is going to go down as one of the greatest and most simplistic songs that we listen, but you're gonna men and women are gonna sing that shit because they feel it. That young woman said, "Threw away your love letters. I thought it make me feel better. I finally got you out my bed, but still can't get you out my head." Dog, listen. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I don't give a
This
fuck
is
about
on-
nobody say. Listen,
This is on
that
the
young
album. The
no
one with
summer.
J. Cole, yeah.
Oh, two summer from Cole. Oh, dog, that's a boo doo 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 doo. Dog, call me when you need some. And see, that's what I'm talking about. Getting back to that old school vibe, y'all. I like the
Cole
fact that we done brought
snapping.
it.
Cole
Nah,
snapping
hey,
that bitch, yo.
Miss Walker, thank you for wanting the verse from me. Apologies, had to get the distractions up off you. But see, and that's what we need from our artists. That's one of the people say that J. Cole be corny sometimes, and some of the things that he do. And I agree, my dog made some missteps, but when he's in his zone. Like we say, we love Kendrick and Cole. That's why the three of them are the big three. When they get in their zone and they get introspective, it's something about the way they communicate to the listener when they get introspective. Drake, for whatever you can say that he make pop music or he's a culture vulture, when that boy Aubrey Graham stops fucking off and he starts
He
talking,
reflect. When you start reflecting.
When you get
listen, that first song off of Iceman almost hooked me. That make him cry. That make him cry when he started reflecting and he was like, listen, it's a point where I gotta treat he said, I'm at the point where I gotta treat my he said I gotta treat my mother like my sister and my son's grandfather like my older brother. Like he's reflecting. He's still talking the same, but you can tell when he's making music for us and he making music for the populace. You feel me? Like he has his times where he's making music. He like, yeah, I'm talking to us. I'm talking to us right here, the people who came up with me. I ain't talking to these young kids. That's that young Drake Marvin's Room type of nigga that we knew that we was in it and we was feeling it. You feel me? Where he was talking about being young and alive and he was doing it for the moment. We know that Drake because that was us in 2010, 2011, 2012, you know? I will never argue that there's a point where that nigga lost us because he became bigger than what we can't understand riding around in the Mercedes Pullman. We don't understand that shit, Drake. But when you was coming up and you was young and hungry and you was recording your first album on the tour bus because you was trying to get it.
Yeah, man.
Listen, the first time I ever saw Drake was at UF and he was opening for Lupe Fiasco.
Damn.
The next time I saw Drake was the headliner and Kendrick Lamar and ASAP Rocky was opening up for him. The next time I saw Drake was headlined with Future in 2016. That's one of the greatest concerts I've ever been to in my entire life.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
I
hold y'all.
I remember you went to that one too. Yeah,
And that's one of the greatest concerts I've ever been to in my entire life. And but shout out to Sticky because guess what? Sticky took me to another one of the greatest concerts. He looked down and took me to another one of the greatest concerts we ever went to, The Weeknd.
Weekend. Oh yeah, that shit was live.
Listen, I had to lie to get out of Lodge to go to that. Listen.
Yeah.
We call him Margin Jackson.
Margin Michael Jackson. From now on, family, if y'all ever hear us call Michael Margin Jackson, we're talking about Abel Tesfaye, also known as The Weeknd, because that's what he is. The Weeknd had a run. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Starboy? 6 feet under, 6 feet under.
Monster. I'm good. I'm great. No, it's been a while. Drink. I just need a girl who gonna really understand.
Bro, listen.
Don't get me started.
Listen, how are we alive? How are we alive? Oh man, that Party Monster era.
Oh
That Party
man,
Monster era was raw. But you know what that makes me think? Because you know what was another part of the Party Monster era? The Life of Pablo. Shout out to Kanye West
you
again.
went right back to Kanye.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Not only was it the Life of Pablo, it wasn't. It wasn't just the Life of Pablo. Views came out that year.
yep.
Views came out that year in 2016. That was going because I'm going back to that Atlanta trip. Because I remember driving. I remember we picked John up. I remember we picked John up from the airport, and we was listening to Kevin Gates. And then remember we put on the radio, and when we put on the satellite radio, the dude said, wake up, Atlanta." He said it's a beautiful morning. He said, "Let's get to it. You're the only power. You're the only power. Yeah, yeah. If your Metro don't trust you." Dog, you remember that Sticky? We
Good
had just picked
morning.
Sticky up from the Evan. And he said, wake up, Atlanta. It's a beautiful morning. Let's get it started. Beautiful
Epic.
morning. You're the sun of my morning, babe. Early in the morning. Dog, I'm talking about it's 7:30 in the morning. We coming down I-75, dog. We coming I-75, about to get off on William Street. I just want to feel liberated. Dog.
Everybody in the car woke up. And you're like, fuck it, let's go to the drink.
And I told y'all, listen, and this why y'all can't let me lead the group. Because what I told y'all, I said, y'all listen to me. I said, I don't think we're going to sleep until tomorrow morning. I said, I don't think we're going to sleep until tomorrow morning. And we didn't get back into that fucking hotel room until like 1 o'clock that next morning. Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh, self-fulfilling prophecy, dog. That was
Ugh.
crazy. That was crazy. You know what else was out during that time? That motherfucking Dark Sky Paradise. Shout out to Big Sean. I think Dark Sky Paradise is his best album of all time.
Yeah,
I'm way
That's it.
up.
Dog. You know what my favorite song off that album is? Besides One Man Can Change the World,
that's my favorite.
is All Your Fault, his song with Kanye West. Because that beat is insane. That beat is what does it. How much
It's
I
tough.
need for your love. Live for your love,
Yo.
baby. Live for your love. Dog, I remember me and Glenn was listening to that for the first time. You remember that Certified? And
We were
we
driving
was like,
home.
we were driving home. I said,
Listen,
dog, what is he doing?
I love you niggas, right? But we've been on this bit for 2 hours, nigga. I don't know if everybody gonna listen to this shit for that long, dog.
Yeah.
half of this is talking about
Escapade.
half of this certified hit record early this time because he tried to get evidence for this case. He about to get the dogs to kick us out the church.
Listen.
Hey, he about to kick us out of
If I
First
go-
Baptist Evergreen.
Yeah. If I go down, bitch, everybody going down with me. Goddamn it.
That boy about to
All
kick
of
us
y'all.
out of First Baptist Evergreen,
Yeah, damn
Episcopal
right.
Baptist.
Oh, well,
Oh God.
That
So-
boy
Yo.
said,
I got
if y'all was to sit through that whole thing before we started this, we probably got canceled for sure. For sure.
we here in the up to a podcast and not Catone. Yeah, we do. Don't make me lie. Don't make me lie.
For sure.
I just want to say it's not my fault. I just want to preference whatever you might hear in these clips, whatever Certified
Sticky
might
face,
bring
you
up,
hear-
it's not my fault.
It's sticky face. You heard that motherfucking shit? He said it's not my fault.
I don't know where
I
you
mean-
got that from.
It wasn't.
It really wasn't my fault.
No,
I don't know why. I don't know why nobody would call my name. You know what? That's what we gonna end this party off. That's what we gonna end this off on. Because that year was 2015. We were vibing to a lot of good music that era. We gonna tell this story and then we can get up out of here. So, family, we had this friend, right? May he rest in peace. I guess.
You should have left
Um,
that part out.
Post production, you know what to do. Anyway, we got this friend, right?
I might as well let it ride.
And
Fuck it.
this friend, we were the year was 2015. We were invited to a tailgate for a certain university's homecoming. We ain't gonna say no names, but we went out with our friends. We hung out. We had a good time.
You might
You
as well go
know,
ahead and put it out there, dog.
we was at FIU. Fuck it.
Yeah,
We was
yeah.
at FIU. Balls to the wall. It was one of them times.
Yo,
We
Sticky
everybody
Face,
had off work. Everybody had off
Sticky,
work. It was a perfect storm.
Sticky Face got on some Black Forces right now, nigga. He chose
So
hell, nigga.
it was a so it was a Cap and Wolby adventure, which means that it was myself and the living legend up there, John Sticky Face Blunt. Um,
I
we
was
took
just
our
along for
good.
the ride. I was just along for the ride, y'all.
He drove.
Damn.
You know how much how full of shit he was. He drove. um, so we get there, we do our usual, a Cap and Wolvie conversation or a Cap and Wolvie adventure is pretty intense. We wild out. We wild out like we was back in college, had us a good time. We link up with our good friend Zen, shout out to Zen, and we link up with our good friend Melissa. So we vibe and we go meet up with our SG home girls. We go have us a couple of drinks. We turn the kickback into a certified bash. It was a little hangout before we got there. It turned into a kickback when we got there. So we say we're gonna keep the party going. We decide to go to Hooters. We get to Hooters. I don't know what possessed us to order all this wings. It was like a wing special. So we wound up ordering like 200 wings. Like 5 or 6 pitchers of beer. Everybody had a drink. Everybody was like sloshed. So we said, man, we can't end the party like that. Something else is going on. A good friend of ours who will remain nameless reached out and told us about another good friend of ours who was on a birthday party at an event that just so happened to be a a Black Greek event put on by the Alphas. So we said, sure, we're gonna go to the party. Why not? We show up. We sit down. We get into the event. Our homeboy is there. Our homeboy's homeboy is there, who shall remain nameless. He's dapping us up and everything like that. He says, "It's my birthday. Drinks on me. I got all the bottles. The liquor gonna be flowing. All you gotta worry is just pour yourself a drink." So he pours myself and Sticky a drink. Now, me and Sticky know how this individual is. He is a very shady individual. I look at Sticky. I say, "Hey, Sticky, this ain't gonna go the way they think it's gonna go." I said, "You see that on the floor? That's the first shoe that dropped. He must have threw the other shoe so far up in the fucking air, it has yet to drop. But when it does, we need to get ready to get the fuck out of here." Sticky looks at me and
Hey,
says,
when the shoe dropped,
"Mm-hmm."
that sound had happened, nigga. Yeah.
So,
When the-
so
yeah.
we're sitting here, mind you. Zen is in here with us, with said person, has never met this person a day in his life. 45 minutes into drinking with this person, he's hugging this motherfucker around the neck, saying, "Bro, you my brother. Anything you need, man, we locked in for life." Okay,
Stop. All right.
so we're about an hour. We're about 2.5 hours in. Our homegirl Melissa, she's enjoying herself, mingling and drinking. Me and Sticky, which is uncommon for us, we are still at the top of the first drink that was poured for us because something does not feel right about this Douce and Coke just flowing from this young man that is flowing from. So we start to notice that the bartender or the bottle girl is coming over and talking very feverishly to this young man whose section we're in. And in my mind, I'm looking at Sticky like this feels like the other shoe coming down. It hasn't dropped, but you know how you hear that sound in the cartoons? I hear that sound right about now. It's coming from that guy. Coming from that guy. So I say, "Hey, something's about to happen, Sticky. I don't know." So the owner of the club walks up and talks to him. And immediately, as soon as the owner tells him what happens, he jumps up and he starts screaming, "Them niggas robbed you. Them niggas robbed me. Them niggas robbed me. We got to go get them niggas." In my best black professional term, now, mind you, nobody has been around this man the entire night except the women he brought. And they're like, "Oh, how could they rob him? How could y'all be his homeboy and let somebody rob him? He would never do nothing like that. Oh my God. Oh my God. Y'all not gonna help him." And I'm thinking to myself, no, dummy. Um, no, why would I do that? Why would I do that? Um, so I said, okay, I need to start putting my or thinking cap on, because how the fuck are we gonna get out of this? I don't even know what it is. But I need to start creating a contingency now to get us out of this, because we had nothing to do with this. So while this young man is jumping up, Zen proceeds to ask him what's wrong with all the concern in the world. He tells him they start zigzagging around the club, trying to shake down different people. Then they say, "Oh, there were some Kappas that robbed us, that stole my card." So Sticky, being of the prestigious Kappa Alpha Psi himself, said, "Oh no, we're not gonna do this. We're not gonna lie on any of my Kappa brethren. I'm gonna go investigate this. I'll figure it out." Me, on the other hand, once again, are knowing that I didn't get us into this, I'm surely about to get us the fuck out of this. So I'm walking over to the owner and I asked the owner, "Excuse me, sir. I was in that section. I know there seems to be a dispute about money or something being stolen. Can you break it down for me? Because I'm just sitting there. I don't know what's going on." And the owner tells me, "Son, the problem isn't that somebody stole his card." And the owner, like a Las Vegas dealer, flicks the card up in his hand and says, "This is his card right here."
Like Gambit. Of
Like,
X-Men.
boy, that boy rolled that shit over like it was a Blue Eyes White Dragon. You feel me? That boy said, "This
I'm
is
about
his
to
card right
make a name. I'm about to make a name for myself.
here." You make sure you tell people what happened here today. Um, so, so he whipped the card out. He said, "This is his card." He said, "The problem is he ordered $1,250 worth of liquor. He only has $250 on this card." I said, "Oh, wow." I said, "So, um, are we liable for that? Because I wasn't aware of what was going on. I'm just trying to figure out what the situation is, because everybody in my section's up in the uproar. I don't feel comfortable." He said, "Oh no." He said, "You're good, son." He said, "The only two that I have a problem with is the two motherfuckers that ordered all the liquor. Those two motherfuckers right there." And he's pointing to my friend and his friend, the dubious subject of the birthday. So, I said, "Okay, fuck." I said, "Okay, thank you. Talk to you later." So in my mind, I'm like, "Okay, let me round my troops and get the fuck on ASAP." You feel me? So I go to Sticky. I say, "Sticky," I said, "It's time to get the fuck out of here." I said, "The pressure's on. It's time to get the fuck out of here. The other shoe done dropped. And it's a big one. It's a giant foot." And he's like, "Man, I ain't going nowhere. I ain't do nothing." I told him how much they owed, and and what the dude said. He said, "What the fuck we waiting for? Let's get the fuck up out of here." So I got Sticky. We went and got Melissa. I said, "Hey, Melissa, stop drinking this shit right now. It's time to go." "But why are we having such a good time?" And what you call it? And the girl said they haven't started looking for them damn Kappas that stole their car. I said, "The Kappas are imaginary, baby. You're imagining. Everybody's imagining these Kappas, just like he imagined them. They don't exist." And she's like, "I'm too drunk for this shit. Let's go." So she up. Now I gotta go get Speedy Gonzalez. Zen, he running around checking niggas, talking about he running every nigga in red pockets. I say, "Hey Zen, man, come on, we gotta go, dog." He's talking about, "Nah, bro, we can't leave. We can't leave my dog like this. You can't leave him. I thought this was supposed to be your friend." I don't know where everybody kept coming with that shit from, but he's like, "Oh, I thought this was supposed to be your friend, and dog, how we gonna leave him stinking like this? We gonna get the motherfucking Kappas that robbed him." I said, "Fucking idiot. No fucking Kappas. It was a lie." I said, they don't exist. He lied. The owner has his card, and he's lied. He lied to y'all. You're gonna get yourself in trouble you can't get out of." That boy instantly, "Hey family, y'all ever seen the way that Ghost looked when he was really in trouble? in power, like he just did that stupid, dumb look. Like that's how he looked. So he ain't say shit for the rest of the night. He just walks out. So we're trying to sneak to the car. We got to sneak all the way from the entrance to the motherfucking club and haul ass across the parking lot to the little Spanish. It was a little Spanish taqueria that was right there that we parked in front of. We're hauling ass across the parking lot. They got these boys outside. They already done called the police. My other homeboy, before I left, I said, "Hey, bro, I can get you out of this. You just need to leave with us now. I could tell him you ain't had nothing to do with it. You can leave with us right now. You'll be good." That boy said, "Hey, I can't just leave him." I said, "That's a damn shame. Because that's exactly what I'm about to do to you." I'm about to leave you, my boy. I'm about to leave you, boy. I said, the best I can do for you is I said, the best I can do for you is have Sticky pull around the front. And if you find it in your heart to bail out, nigga, you better jump in the back of this pickup. Otherwise, we are on the I-10 by 10. You wanna dig that, nigga? Like, I don't have time for this. I don't have time for this, bro. So we're skedaddling to the car. We're almost there. We're at the back of the fucking helicarrier, and all I hear is this motherfucker, not my friend, but our friend who thinks we have the greatest relationship in the world, and we do not at all, family. He calls me by the name chosen by my fucking fellow Avengers. He screams across the parking lot at the top of his lungs, "Cap! Cap! You gotta help me, Cap!" They are dragging him back into the club to make him pay for this. The police have him. The security have them. The police have out their handcuffs. They are holding his hand and trying to handcuff the other hand. He's reaching out like Mufasa was reaching out for Scar in the motherfucking Lion King. This nigga says, "Cap! Cap, they got me, Cap. You gotta help me. Bro, come on, Cap. Help me, brother." Now, family, there's one thing you gotta know about me. There's one thing you gotta know about me. Yeah, I party. Yeah, we go out. Yeah, you hear these stories about me going crazy, and oh, that motherfucker El Capitan con Fuego Feed Bumble. What are we gonna do for him? Let me tell you one thing about the Backpack Prophet. I do not like to be embarrassed, especially when I've taken great strides to unembarrass myself and my people. I've gotten my people to the promised land. We're almost there. You just screamed across the fucking parking lot, "Cap! Help me, brother." First of all, brother,
Crazy word.
really? Diabolical. It's diabolical that you would utter a fraternal phrase such as that. I don't like to be embarrassed. It's the cancer in me. I don't like to be embarrassed. And that boy said, "Help me, brother." And I was already perturbed because Zen was acting like, he turned into a mute. He turned into a mute when he found out he was risking jail time for some imaginary Kappas. Me, John, and Melissa trying to get in the car. I turned around and I said, "Don't you scream my motherfucking name, you piece of shit." I don't fucking know you. So now obviously everybody knows me. Everybody knows my name is Cap. I have revealed my secret identity across the fucking parking lot. You got them thinking that I'm fucking a part of this criminal enterprise. You got stealing fucking $1,200 worth of fucking liquor. The cops looking at me. I said, "Sticky, crank the car up." Crank the car up. Hey, we drove in front of that motherfucker. Our homeboy was looking, and the police was walking towards that motherfucker. You remember, John? You rolled out the window. I said, "Last chance, nigga." Last chance. Do or die. Play a parish, nigga. Last chance. Last chance, nigga. That nigga said, "I handle it." Listen, I couldn't even wait. I couldn't even say, "Okay, you're bad." That boy Sticky had put the foot on the gas, boy. I think that nigga ran the red light at the stop. Boy, we was down the street. We was down the street. Hey man, that shit was so intense, family. I was gonna tell y'all this shit, boy. That shit was so
Yo,
intense. We couldn't even listen to no crunk
my
music. We had to calm down, nigga. We listened to Adele the whole way home. We listened to Adele. We had to listen to Adele on the ride. We had to listen. We drove Adele all the way to Diddy's. We had to listen
hey,
to Adele and go to Diddy's, boy. Jesus Christ.
mind you, I wasn't even there, but just listening to it and knowing these people and knowing El Capitan, him saying, "Don't you call my name, you piece of shit." He
Dog.
said that shit like
Oh,
like a nigga from Game of Thrones. Like he probably said, it was loud and that shit was eloquent. But
dog.
hey, don't you call my name, you piece of shit.
Dog.
Why he's getting dragged back into the facility is crazy.
That boy cried out in the wilderness. Help me, Cap. Help me, brother. Brother. I said, don't you call my motherfucking name, you piece of shit. What's wrong with you? How you implicating me? I said, come on now. Dog, that shit, you know why that shit was so funny? Family, y'all ever been in trouble? You just did some shit so stupid, you just gotta fucking ride in silence for a second, dog. Just to process what the fuck you did. Nah, we couldn't do that shit. We had to tap down, dog. We had to put on that good old Adele. Adele had just dropped 30. She had just dropped that 30. No, that 25 album. Hello.
Then they started
It's
listening
me.
to Adele to cleanse the to cleanse the
Yeah.
atmosphere.
And if after all these years you like to meet.
Hello from the other side. Hey,
Oh
listen,
man,
listen.
The way he got
I
drunk
was
into that club, bro, reminded me of how Buddy got drunk from it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was like, hey,
Hey, that nigga, that nigga, the fucking club owner closed that fucking door. You ever see Saw? That is a game over. Nigga was getting his money. I don't even know how that nigga lived through that, dog.
that tricked me out.
the crazy part is he made it through that motherfucker.
Dog, he survived.
How?
The conversation then starts up in the car talking about how we let him be homeboy. We was looking at him like, nigga, you did that shit on your own.
Y'all keep bringing me around. That his exact words were, y'all, I don't understand why y'all keep bringing me around these people. Oh no, not Mister, you my brother for life. Not Mister, I met you 15 minutes ago and you my brother forever. How you love a nigga so much that you, dog, imaginary Kappas. The nigga had detailed them down to the canes, bro. He said their canes was mostly red and white. He would have got everybody at the club killed. Then you gonna call my name? Don't you call my motherfucking name, you piece of shit.
Hey, this nigga, hey, you crazy? This nigga said he had this detailed cane.
Dog, he described their cane. You remember that, Sticky? That boy described their canes, bro. Oh my God. I've never, dog. How do you lie so intricately, dog? How you look at it? It's dark, bro. It's a club. What are you talking about? Oh my God, bro. Calling my name, Cap, help me, brother. There's so many things. There's so many misnomers in that one sentence. Oh man. We living in dangerous times, my boy.
Yo.
We living in dangerous times.
Reaching his hand out. Getting dragged in a, he said, you see it? That's crazy work.
Dog, I'm telling you.
We slid straight to Denny's. Nigga was like, all right.
Listen. You ever seen how the Avengers looked after they saved New York when they was eating that fucking shawarma?
Yep.
That was us. Mischief managed, motherfucking crisis averted. Until next time.
Till next time.
That shit crazy, boy.
Oh man.
That shit crazy. Listen, the hours long. We done talked y'all, but we had to tell y'all this story, dog. Final thought incoming is simply this. It's a blessing. It's a blessing to be able to recount the ways that you live your life through music, man. Music is really the thing that motivates us, inspires us, and it is one of the greatest timestamps that we have to the best parts of our lives, dog. You can tell a wedding song, you can tell the time, you can tell the music you were listening to when you fell in love with the first person you ever fell in love with. You can remember the first song you ever really truly experienced heartbreak to. You can listen to the music that motivates you in the gym. You can tell the anime song that got you hooked on anime. You can listen to a part of a song in anime and you can tell me exactly what moment happened and what evoked them feelings. It's a song that I can think about with Kenshin, and Kenshin that makes you, that motivates you, that I knew that Kenshin, before even the story told you what was going to happen, I knew in the reflection of what was going on that with that music that Kenshin had made up his mind to go to Kyoto to fight against Shishio. It is something about music that evokes the emotions deeper in us than we could probably fathom. And I think that's why I'm so grateful for being able to evoke that. I mean, I thank God that I actually have that pedigree and that ability to understand music on that level. And grateful to have that, to have people to share that with. Um, it is just like anime, how anime is resonating with these young people, and I'm so happy that they're utilizing their platforms to share how they feel about music and how they can feel about these animes and how they touch them, dog. And anime is also going to be that timestamp of being like, where were you when you saw this, and where were you when you saw that? And just like we have these old school music albums and songs that are the soundtracks of our lives, I think anime is going to be that for a lot of these younger generation kids. They're gonna be thinking about listening to that lo-fi music, watching those animes while they were getting through college, or that's where they were chilling, and instead of Netflixing and chilling, they're gonna be up there crunchyrolling and vibing with the love of their lives and doing what they do. Hey, that's what we do now. Shit. So
Controlling fucking nigga, but okay, Netflix and chill. You got it. You got it, bro.
Crunchyroll and pole, huh? That's what it is. Crunchyroll and pole.
Yes, sir. Smoke
That's
pole.
that's a smoke pole. Hey, that's a class. That's a class you can only get at Bishop Gooden's. That's a, you got to
Yeah.
go to Bishop. You got to go to the good Bishop Gooden's class, boy.
No, no,
He's
no, no. You ain't going to my class to learn how to smoke pole, nigga. Fuck out of here. Hey, hell no, I don't know what the fuck this nigga talking about.
I was talking
Hey.
about. I was talking about Crunchyroll and pole, but you the one talking about
Oh,
smoke pole.
yeah. Crush rolling pole. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, no, not smoke pole. I don't. Hey.
That's why we don't have Bible studies anymore on. That's why we have Bible study anymore on Wednesday. It's Crunchyroll and pole. But alas, I digress. On a more serious matter, I think that's something that we should preserve. The music, hopefully, to good music prevailing in anime. Hopefully, the good music just prevailing in life. Period, and always the anime being at the forefront and continue to inspiring us and being another time stamp in our lives that we can draw back to, something to motivate and inspire us. Um, Hey man, that's all I got to say about that. This is the Up to It podcast. Y'all know every week we here doing what we do. I love being on here with my brothers. There's nobody else I would love to do this with. The man, the myth, the legend, the one who ran through on the helicarrier and left our dog hanging and stinking outside that club. I never knew that a Dodge Ram could get on two wheels until I met this man. The myth, the legend, the real reason why that girl from the ring did that backwards crab walk. John, Sticky Face LeBlanc, and the God, the Deacon, Reverend, Doctor, Pastor,
Well,
certified God
well.
of the 22nd Avenue Baptist Church of God in Christ, Kojic. Kojic,
Well, that
hot shit,
that
flip
nigga,
stick.
what that nigga said, don't be a menace.
Just don't ask.
Don't
Just don't
no
ask.
question. Just
Get the
don't.
money.
Just don't.
Get the money. Certified the God. And I am El Capitan Con Fuego Feeding Bumble, also known as CJ Farquharson, but better known to all you motherfuckers as the Backpack Prophet. Stay tuned for what we got next. I guarantee you it's a doozy. I guarantee you it's a doozy. And if you don't know, now you know.
Oh,
To you motherfuckers in the greatest podcast in the world, as we say, up to it, down to it. Fuck those who don't do it. We only do it because we used to it, baby.
Drink, motherfucker, drink.
Live good, drink well, and until the next time we see you motherfuckers later. Y'all niggas
Listen.
going to hell, boy.
Nah,
Yeah.
After you, sir.
Truly.